Hello, everybody. We hope you enjoyed our playthrough of Return to the Path of Carcosa. Return to the Path of Carcosa. I can't even put the right name up. It's Path of Carcosa, right?
It's Path
no, it's 2 Carcosa. I nailed it.
Two Carcosas right here in the box.
We just finished this. We had a bunch of fun. Travis had a great idea for us to kind of just discuss our thoughts and feelings, the scenarios, the new cards, just kind of like blur through them. So that's what we're going to do in this little video, and we hope you enjoy it. We have a Big Butt Baby here because they don't have all the player cards up, and Big Butt Baby is like...
iconic.
Yeah, he's our mascot of Path to Carcosa.
Yeah.
So that's who's going to be here.
Pallid man, eat your heart out.
So why don't we just kind of skim through the upgraded items first?
Oh, yeah, we do that real quick.
So the new Colt costs 2 XP, and it's you can spend a resource. The new thing is that to return it to your hand.
Yeah, this is actually pretty dirt.
Unless you're Mark Harrigan, in which case you're like, just kidding, guys. I brought more bullets.
Even then, there's still so many cards that are just better.
Sure, maybe.
For 2 experience especially.
So like, yeah, difference on this one is additional fight icon. When you commit it, it costs 1 less money. And you can spend a resource as a lightning bolt action and put it back in your hand. That's the part that changed.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's like pretty
it's pretty I think it's pretty good if you're playing exactly Mark.
Yeah, but like
you just have like bonus damage fights forever.
Eat lead upgrade. It's now fast play when you activate the fight ability on a firearm asset. Spend 1 additional ammo token from it. When you reveal chaos tokens for this attack, reveal 1 additional chaos token. Choose one to resolve and ignore the other.
So the difference between this one and the level 2 version is that the level 2 version allows you to spend any number of ammo tokens and draw that many extra tokens from the bag.
So this one's now
Choose
level
one.
0.
This one is level 0. You choose you draw 2 and choose 1.
I think this card's still dirt.
It's there's like a very specific kind of deck that wants this, and it's like the type where you're
I think it's
trying to play like shotgun combo crap, and you
Yeah,
just
I
want to
guess.
make sure you don't get fouled by the red shit at the wrong time.
But even then, you probably just want to spend your experience on the good one then.
Yeah, but this one's free.
Yeah. So whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too exciting.
not great.
I see it like
okay.
I can see like being the point that it was upgraded to fit with the 32 Colt, right? Because ammo was endless on that one, right? But even then, it's like logical reasoning. It now costs experience 4. Commits for 3 brain icons. For each clue you have to a maximum of 3. Either heal 2 horror from investigate your location or discard a terror card at your location.
I had actually intended to play this in Carolyn as one of my top end upgrades, but then I got sidetracked with other stuff. And I ended up not doing that, but like this card is very good. It's like
discarding
a
3
one
terror
of.
cards is sweet. Healing 6 is sweet.
And anything in between is also sweet.
Yeah,
Also
it seems if you're the healer, it
Yeah.
seems very good. If you're the
I mean,
support.
even if you're not, like, some of those terror cards are very difficult for people to discard, just in general. Like, sometimes you get stuck with a Frozen in Fear, and you're like, my brain score is 2.
Was that one card that made you not play events a terror card?
Yeah, maybe. I don't
So,
know.
but then you play it and it cancels
you
it.
play it,
and
it
you're
cancels it, and you're like,
I got there.
I guess I took a damage instead.
Yeah, I got there.
Yeah.
Our new archaic glyphs. What's the difference here?
This
it's just a new one.
Just a new possible upgrade.
So spend 1 charge, investigate. If you succeed, you may put an asset with a printed cost of X or lower from playing to your hand, where X is the amount you succeeded by. So
That's like okay. It lets you cheat on money, but like I think you'd rather have other archaic glyphs.
There's a 0 cost event that does this.
Oh yeah, we probably said that card was garbage.
I'm pretty sure we did. You even get to draw a card if the asset.
Yeah, I
is
bet this
around it.
card's garbage.
So this one you have to jump through a few hoops for something that you can just do.
If you're playing on easy though, like do whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you're playing on easy, build whatever deck you want. You're living life to the full.
I think this card is here actually to make the random upgrade thing worse.
Yeah, probably.
That's not a bad call.
Most of them are pretty
not
good.
Bad.
So.
That's not a bad call. All right, new stealth. Now it's 3 experience. As a lightning bolt during your turn, exhaust it. Evade. The chosen enemy gets -2 evade for this evasion attempt. If you successfully evade the enemy, disengage with it, but do not exhaust it. Until the end of your turn, the enemy cannot engage you.
Difference on this one is that it's a lightning bolt instead of an action, which is actually pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
That is sweet. I didn't know that because I've only played Evade in Finn, and he is basically just a lightning bolt for
This
him.
one might also commit for an additional foot icon. I'm not certain about that.
I'll check that quickly. It does, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
The future. It being a lightning bolt makes this card a lot better. Because you're not really evading.
characters.
For non, yeah.
Well, yeah.
This card's also like pretty, a little bit suspect in multiplayer settings, but...
I think it's bad in multiplayer.
It's really good if you're playing like lone wolf deck.
Yeah, like
Or,
if you tend to be self-sufficient, it's fine. But like if you're gonna need help from your allies, like
then you run away, and then it's like, oh, Hunter, to our clue getter, and the clue getter's like, oh no,
what has he done?
Send help.
New suggestion, it's 1 experience as opposed to 4. Uses 3 charges. If the suggestion has no charges, discard it. As an action, exhaust it to evade. Add your brain value to your skill value for this evasion attempt. If you do not succeed by at least 2, remove 1 charge from suggestion.
This is a good. It's not great, but it's a good addition to the game. It's a nice stepping stone for Akachi.
Add your skill.
That's it.
Yeah, the other one has reaction. When a non-elite enemy would attack you, you can remove a charge from it to cancel.
So that one is a lot nicer, but this is an excellent start. Like this one's still, still very good.
This is mostly here so that way Akachi can like get this effect before 4 experience.
Yeah, if you're playing Safina and you just want to evade nerds at 8.
Yeah, like because you add your brain value. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, right?
It's pretty nice. Ooh, the upgraded to shit spell. 0 cost, 2 experience. It's now 2 of them. Commits for a brain in a book. It uses 4 charges. Exhaust it. Spend 1 charge. As an action, you have to exhaust and spend 1 charge. Test brain 0. For each point you succeed by, gain 1 resource. If a bad symbol is revealed, you take 1 damage. It's also to a maximum of 4. What's the difference? To a maximum of 3. Test 1.
This costs 1 to play. This costs 0.
So I think this is actually pretty good.
It's like better.
I think that if you want money in purple, this is like not a bad option.
Yeah.
You can get it for free, basically.
Yeah, you just have to have poop spell in your deck.
For like 2 scenarios anyway.
Like a scenario at least.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, you could also.
Which is okay.
That's not a spell. So, oh no, it is a spell. There it is, right there. It just wasn't bolded. They do it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you also then, if you have arcane, the arcane research, you can also upgrade to it for free, right? Mm-hmm. Which is still kind of weird.
That's what I just said. But
yes. That is what Travis said.
I was reading.
You heard me in the back, and then you're like, "That's a really good idea. I should say that."
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, if you need money, in purple.
Upgrade Storm of Spirits.
So, 3 experience, fight. This attack uses brain instead of fist. You get +2 for this attack, +2 brain. If you succeed, instead of its standard damage, this attack deals 3 damage to each enemy at your location. If a bad symbol is revealed, deal 2 damage to each investigator at your location.
The classic arms race of Storm of Spirits kills things that have 2 health, and then they start fighting things with 3 health. So they start fighting cards that deal 3 damage.
It's like Purple Dynamite. Pitches for an extra fist. Does an extra damage to actually everything.
Storm of Spirits is really good.
The original one does not give you the bonus to your brain score for the attack.
Yeah. This one's also really good, especially when you get it from 1 experience.
I have never been unhappy with playing like a copy of Storm of Spirits in my purple decks, which are few and far between.
Is it actually 1?
It is like actually 1.
Okay.
But I've also been happy with people I've been playing with playing Storm of Spirits in their deck. Where sometimes you just get bogged down by a shit ton of guys, and dealing 2 damage to a lot of people is good.
Yeah, and the reason why, because I especially rag on oops a lot. The reason why this one's good is because you don't have to wait for them to attack you. You can just you have control.
You don't have to have an attack of yours miss by X or less with 2 people at your location. You can even just use this if there's just 1 guy and you're like, I need to do damage right now. I don't have any cards in play that do that.
Lantern. Experience 2 now. It's 1 cost. Commits for 2 book. Investigate your location. Gets 1 shroud for this investigation. -1. As an action, discard a lantern. Deal 1 damage to enemy at your location. Or remove it from the game to deal 2 instead. This does not provoke actions of opportunity.
Yeah. Pitches for an extra symbol. Costs 1 less. The last line of text. The remove it from the game to deal extra is what you're getting for paying your XP.
This is good in Yorick. Obviously, and I think that this is like the one of the 2 that's like good in other survivors too.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that the shovel is quite good too, but
I played this in a lot of red decks before I played shovel though.
Yeah, it depends. Depends who you are. Smell some pastrami? Yeah, I bet you do. It's a cat. There's a cat on the floor. It's like the cat.
Killing 2 damage for it to be like it doesn't exile it is a nice thing as an emergency.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for it again.
It'd be pretty awful if it exiled it, I think.
Yeah, it would be horrible.
Yeah, mostly this one and the other upgrade are best for Yorick Yark because.
Well, they're his signature
Yeah,
items,
wait till I play my
It's what
actual Gravedigger York,
Yeah.
and he has
Some
this.
of the fantasy
cost-
fights
they
must
cost
have a
half as
really
much.
hard on for York.
Yeah, it's because he's so cool.
He is cool. He looks like Bryn.
feel like
Upgraded
Bryn's
Gravedigger's
biased.
shovel.
It's the same.
It's the same difference actually. Hey.
Hey, get out of here, Russell. Yeah, we're mad at you. I'm gonna kick him out.
Yeah,
Let's talk
it's
about
actually
this.
the same difference where it pitches for an extra icon, and you can remove it from the game to do its thing twice instead of just once. It's just good.
Okay, and then we got 3 weaknesses. They're all unspeakable oaths. There are bloodthirst. These are all campaign mode only. They are perils and hidden, so you draw them and stuck in your hand. Revelation, you secretly add to your hand, which you can actually do secretly, probably.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it'll have like they won't notice. It'll be just like you're drawing a normal card.
I had the worst poker face because I was always like, fuck, when I drew it, but...
And when your game ends or you're eliminated, if it's in your hand, you earn 2 fear experience. That is the same between all of them. To get rid of Bloodlust, you have to deal damage to an enemy in excess of its remaining health. Discard this card from your hand.
It's got art by Darken.
Yeah, it's pretty
for
cool.
curiosity,
cool.
you have to investigate a location
With
that
no
has no
clues.
clues on it.
for-
Successfully investigate.
For
And-
cowardice.
You have to evade an exhausted, unengaged enemy at your location.
Yeah, so it was kind of a time waster in theory, and like,
Yeah.
they're like whatever, you know. Sometimes it can be really hard for you. Sometimes it can be really easy.
It really depends which one you have and who you are.
Yeah,
Travis did try to deal them out. So
Yeah,
it
so
hurt
that
us.
we all had like the
Yeah.
hardest one for us.
I think in general the damage one has like the highest floor on being very difficult.
I think so. Yeah.
Like the evade one can also be pretty rough, but
Yeah.
Yeah. The curiosity one's probably the lightest.
yeah.
Right. They're fun. They're nice. They're scary when you draw them because you're like, oh no.
Yeah, like they do a bit of a not fun downside where it doesn't like punish you in the game. It's just like I don't get to upgrade, make my
You
deck
don't get to
better.
play with as many of the cool cards.
I will say though, it does feel really nice when I saw you guys get rid of them. I was like, yes,
Yeah.
that's a big load off their shoulders. I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
All right, Curtain Call. We return to Curtain Call. The biggest changes. There's a few new locations, which are
No, there's not.
there's not. I thought there
Nope.
was. So the basement ones. There was a new.
Oh yeah. No, the basement is for the other one.
Oh no, I
There's-
thought there was like some new backstage ones. Or am I crazy?
Maybe.
I could be crazy.
Oh no, there's like an extra backstage location,
Yeah.
an extra lobby doorway.
Yeah, because remember this one had a shroud of 7.
Yeah.
And then
just
Big
mixed
Butt
in.
Baby now has the hunting horror mechanic
Yeah,
where
every time you kill him, he gets bigger, which is pretty fair. He's not actually that hard to kill if you build your deck with the intention of just killing him.
which I think is totally fair because when you're playing just regular Carcosa, this guy can still be pretty scary the first time. But when you go through, it's like I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kill Big Butt Baby. He's gonna come back. Oh, he's stronger. He gets plus investigator health each time you kill him. So like that actually can get pretty scary. 10 health for the last little
It
bit.
gives you a real clock, which is something that this particular
Scenario doesn't really do
Scenario
until
didn't
at least Act
do
3.
particularly well, because you could actually just play forever.
And it also makes it so that the more you kill him, he's probably going to show up, have a lot more health, and you're going to lose that sweet 2 victory on him, right? Because that 2 victory is a nice way to get you going at the start
it does.
of the game.
Yep.
It does give you a reason to try to hustle through this one.
All right, we get to the last king next, which the
We're not
biggest
done
thing...
with this one.
Oh, what else
Yeah,
is
we
there?
could be.
Oh,
We
there's
have
more.
3 new Act 2s.
Oh, yeah, they just add more different...
Yeah, and then we have La Comtesse.
Oh yeah. Like,
Oh, yeah, her. She was pretty neat.
She's
Sorry,
neat.
I forgot about her. What does she do?
It's an enemy. When you kill her, she is added to your hand as a hidden card,
Mm-hmm.
and she takes up like a bunch of your
Like
spots.
4
And when
slots.
when you discard cards, you take horror during the upkeep phase, specifically during the upkeep phase.
So overall, what did you guys think of this one? Did it make it better, make it worse?
I think it made it better.
Yeah, I feel like this was a lot
More
better than
versatility
the
and
old
a...
one.
Being able to
Bigger
just sit
threat
there
threat.
and gun down the big butthole baby turn after turn was really kind of the downside of this, and they fixed that. So good.
The last king is next. This one adds, most notably, a few random bystanders. They also
some
have
party
changed...
guests.
Yes, they also have changed Diana Divine's text to be actually relevant.
Yeah, so
Yes.
then you can't just kill her when she shows up.
You can't kill her when she shows up, and you also can't just... because she's no longer an enemy. And she also actually will...
She has to move to a bystander that has clues or
The fewest
bystanders,
clues
right?
with clues.
Yeah, they have to have clues.
She
on
also explodes.
She also, yes, can turn into an enemy. So there actually is now 3 more Sickening Reality
Yeah,
cards.
big, small, and shocking display, which is
Yeah.
just like, bleh.
Yeah, so that's a new card that's added that will make one of those happen. So you actually do have more time in this scenario.
But it's more difficult.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's a good balance. I think it does make it a bit better.
yeah, I think overall I enjoy it more.
I think having Diana Divine be an actual threat is important.
Yeah, having her just show up and be like, I'm going to monopolize this guest time. And you're like,
Yeah.
no, you're not.
Or even not kill her. Just be like, we've already. You go talk to Ashley. We've already talked to
Yeah.
her a bunch,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, Ashley, it's so
Yeah.
good to see you. Up next is Echoes of the Past, where we go to the Historical Society, and the biggest thing here is
The basement.
a basement. Just 3 new.
The basement sucks though.
It does.
It's got like another passageway location, which is neat, but
It also has that. Yeah, that's
Keeper
the room
of the
where if you
this.
if you draw shit, they hear you and then also get something.
Yeah, you
right.
Yeah,
shout to the wind. And
that's
I
the
just remember
passageway
Travis
location.
doing that. He was always like,
There's 2 passageway locations actually, man.
and those are all in the basement, right?
Yeah.
So just adds an extra floor and then a new enemy. Which what does he do, Travis?
Keeper of the Oath. Well, the number of the current act is greater than the number of the current agenda. He is Hunter. At the beginning of the enemy phase, you find each investigator whose location shares a trait with the Keeper of the Oath's location, and you move 1 clue from each of those investigators to keep. He steals your clues.
Yeah. He follows you around if you're ahead, which is really flavorful, and I think he shows up. When does he show up? When you're ahead?
He shows up as you go through the agendas.
I think it's on the scenario, the new card. It should be on the back.
Yeah, when you advance to Act 2 or Act 3.
Yeah, so it's kind of a constant threat to make it so because this one can get really easy if you can deal with the.
yeah,
once you get past
like
the
the first 2.5 turns where
Yeah.
everything's really stressful and the actions are pretty tight. But
If
once
you
get
can't
past
deal with
that-
the enemies, you're.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we've been there.
Yeah.
this one's still probably my least favorite of the cycle.
Yeah, it's not as bad. It's just boring.
Yeah, it's just dull. The changes are nice, but I don't think enough to. The map's a fucking
Beast.
whale. Like
Yeah.
it's huge. You're like, it's like 3 by 4.
It's 12 locations. You add another one after.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no beyond before the Black Throne, but
Next, we're on to the Unspeakable Oath, which is when you go into Arkham Asylum.
got some new copies of the really bad ones.
Yeah, what do they change? I remember what they do. There's the lobotomy where Daniel Chesterfield is getting.
Yeah, one of them. So if you believe in it, like you're on the conviction path, then he gets the lobotomy.
And that
if
hurts you
don't,
every turn.
Yeah, and then if you don't believe it, then it spawns this Host of Insanity monster,
Yes.
which you can use It also they changed it so that way the class with Black Onyx does things.
That's good.
It makes the lobotomy test easier, and also you can use it to automatically evade the Host of Insanity.
Cool. And they both have victory on them for both of those when you resolve
victory
them?
one.
I remember the lobotomy one was a nice twist because it was like now Bryn was like, so I'm going to go crazy and potentially die, which leaves you locked in there.
Yep. I was pretty impressed actually. Like overall, this one was good, but they still managed to make it better. I feel.
Yeah. They just rounded out the edges.
Yep.
Yeah, because this one was I think our favorite from the cycle when we first played it.
Yeah,
This one's
probably.
not my favorite.
Bryn has a bad track record.
It was
with
when you
this
first played it.
The first time it was pretty cool. But
one. I think this one's still very good, and they as I said, ran out the edges. Next, we go to a Phantom of Truth, where the Piano Man chases you around, and this one's so relevant in my head. We just played this one yesterday.
Yeah. You just got a bunch of different new locations.
Which I think is fair because the locations are so important in that one.
Yeah, just add some new replayability.
And it added a very relevant card into the
Figure in the
deck.
Showers. Revelation, you check the campaign log. If you have more or equal doubt than conviction, the organist runs away but 1 location. And if you have more conviction than doubt, then you resolve his
then
hunter
he'll
keyword.
kill you.
Yeah, then he hunts you. It just puts more pressure on you.
Yeah, makes it harder to.
Just fair. This one was
succeed.
a little on the easy side, I think.
Yeah, especially if you were on the conviction route and you had a purple character on your
Mm-hmm.
team where you were just like, I control the amount of doom that is in play at all times.
Yeah.
I like the short story it's based on, and just it made the flavor better, which is nice. Not much more to say. The Pallid Mask, we go into the catacombs. This one was pretty. The changes were pretty minor. It added a new skeleton enemy, which was
Yeah.
He's pretty cool looking. Not
The malformed
particularly
skeleton.
difficult to deal with, but
No,
big
he's
enough
also
that
just
you
a
probably want to.
normal enemy. He's also
Yeah.
looks really scary.
Yeah, because he has 3 and 3, but you only choose to take one
Yeah.
of them,
That's
which
3 hearts and 3 brains is still all.
it's a lot.
It's like a
But
lot.
I mean, it's a lot better than 3 hearts and 3 brains.
Yes.
It also hunts you really hard.
Yeah,
Yes.
But
he chases you, and if you're not next to him, he just moves to a location that is next to you.
there's 4 more Carcosa locations. So
One-
this adds some more variety.
One of them has a payoff for the clasp as well,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
but we
no,
like
it does.
we had a
yeah.
hard time with this one. So
I mean, that was one of the
Those are
principal complaints about this scenario, or this campaign is
Yeah,
the class with Black
didn't do
Ox didn't.
anything.
Yeah, and they definitely changed that. That's people complain about. They fixed it.
I kind of
so-
liked it not doing anything because you'd expect it to, and there were cards that said that you could use it for things, but they were all on the opposite route to the one where you got the clasp. And I don't know. That's something I liked about this.
I thought the changes on that one were pretty minor, but
Yeah.
Yep.
that one's kind of hard to expand on. In Black Star's Rise, I think it's just new locations. All I can remember.
I got lots of complaints about this one.
Oh yeah, Travis got fucked by this one.
Yeah, so I was playing.
This one probably stirred
And-
you on to want to do the conversation, wasn't it? You
No.
wanted to complain
No.
about this.
So we were trying to get into the Abbey of the Abbey Tower, and we had the one where it was like, if you don't have any cards in your hand.
You have to have no cards in hand in order to discover clues at this
Yeah,
location.
and then I had.
Oh, and to succeed, you need to be on the location with no clues on it.
Yeah.
So that's a very important part of
And I
this.
had this Haster's Gaze card. It's a peril hidden.
Take one horror.
You secretly add it to your hand. We're done this campaign, thank you. And
Never
force,
done
after
one
one more
wish,
doom is
never
placed on
done.
the siege end, you take 2 horror and discard Haster's Gaze from your hand. Now, we had already fully advanced the siege end, so we couldn't play more horror on it. And as per the game's rules, you can't discard these cards in any other way, so this card is just stuck in my hand, which meant I could never, ever investigate this location.
Yeah,
I don't like
it does.
that.
It does feel like a little bit of an oversight where it should say that if the C agenda is finished, like maybe I don't know, maybe
Take
maybe
damage.
it gains surge and you just
Yeah, or like it's
dump
just,
it out of your
or
hand.
just yeah,
like
take the damage.
discard it against surge, or
Yeah.
like take the damage now.
Yeah,
If I
Oscar.
play this again, that's something that I will house rule. And
I'm
then-
honestly floored. Like
that they missed that?
it blows my mind.
I don't like that.
But
They're normally so
Yeah.
good about that.
There's probably going to be an errata on that. There's
Yeah.
no way that was a intended
to
design.
get to this point and then just be like, you can't win.
Yeah,
nice try.
joke's on you. You're just
Yeah.
gonna pass your turns.
Do you enjoy playing 7 scenarios to this point, get fucked by a random chance?
Other than that, the changes weren't too great on this one, but that's a noticeable problem. And
Yeah.
we did make it. I mean, this is coming out after the whole thing, so if you don't
Unless
watch,
you're watching these in reverse order, in which
But-
case we apologize for the spoilers. But why are you doing that?
yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
if they care about Return to Path Curse, they probably played the original, and there's not too heavy spoilers.
No.
Yeah.
Most of these things
And-
are things they see when they're like sorting out the cards and
Like-
sorting them out.
And who ultimately cares if we make it or if we don't, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Last but not least, we get to Dim Carcosa.
This one
Which-
was good.
It has some
I mean,
nice
we
changes.
just cruised through it, but
Yeah, we kind of,
Yeah, it turns out having Carolyn on your team is like vaguely OP for this.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, both times we had a good time with this one. Carolyn was here. The times we didn't was when Carolyn was not there.
Yeah.
So the biggest changes in this one
got-
are
An extra location.
yes,
The Palace of the King, you flip it over, and depending on which Haster version you have, you get either the Throne
Take
Room,
one more.
the Stage of the Ward Theater, or the Recess of Your Own Mind, which you have to. They'll do unique things involving Haster. The Throne Room's like, he's stuck there.
I think that's of the ones I read. That one seems to be the easiest.
Probably. The Stage of the Ward Theater
You
is
just
like.
now know the secret, and you just got to go back and beat the crap out of him.
You
Yeah.
don't even need to go back. You just fight him there.
Yeah. When he's moving, if there's an investigator here, he's considered to be connected to it. And while you're at the stage, you can't attack him. And the Recesses of Your Own Mind is your brain is 0. Your base brain anyway. And then each investigator here is considered to be a different copy of it because you're reaching your own
Yeah, yeah.
little worlds.
So the one we did was pure conviction. The brain one is probably pure doubt, and the theater one is probably the middle, right? The one we've never got. I've never got the pure middle one.
That one seems like quite difficult.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
a lot of planning.
You
goes
can burn
into
the
it.
people, but then you gotta like not listen to Daniel, right?
Yeah, it's a little rough, but
But I think it's really cool. I think the scenario itself is still one of my favorite. It
We got-
feels like a really good boss battle.
one more cool card to talk about.
Oh yeah, I'll get to that in a second. I'll just finish this
Two,
point.
two.
Because it just adds more flavor to the Haster that you are fighting, which I think is just a win.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it just-
that's exactly what I thought. It's just, it makes the game, like, it makes it a little bit more difficult, but then also just
bit more flavorful.
It's cooler.
Yeah, it's very cool. And also, like, depending on the one you get, it's going to be completely different because the one we had, he was there. We needed to get the secret, but like the other ones, he's still going to be on the map doing things. And there's the one where he's not even on the map, right? And then there's one new enemy that is really cool design on this.
The
one.
High Priest of Hastur Toot Toot. It's got the old Arkham 2nd Edition Flew the Other Gods art.
Yeah, it does.
So this guy, he's got 6 punch, 4 foot. 6 punch, 4 health, 2 foot. Spawns the Palace King. Prey his character with the most cards in hand. He's got Hunter. He hits for no damage of any kind. But when he attacks you, if you have a copy of Possession in your hand, you reveal it. The High Priest welcomes you to the Grand Company of the King. You're eliminated and driven insane.
Really cool card. The flavor on that's really cool. Yeah.
I can see how some people might find that a little frustrating, but I did see one complaint about this on the internet where it's possible to soft lock yourself if you have the version of Hastur you can't attack, and then like you've flipped over all the locations that deal damage because you're looking for something else, but then like you haven't
learned the secret.
You haven't learned the secret, and then you just can't do any more damage to him. Like I think it's possible to get you in that situation. I haven't.
Isn't there one that's flips yourself back over
after you do damage?
And like you replace it with one of the random ones in the pool, and it does damage. I thought there was one like that. I could be wrong. Because there's like the 2 on the sides that you keep replacing and refilling every time you do it, right?
I don't know. I think everything has a dead end.
Yeah, all the damage ones are dead ends.
But I mean, I feel like that's a player error.
Yeah, like that's kind of you either being desperate or like you're like, I need to find the one that heals 5 horror like this turn. It needs to be this one, and you just accidentally don't get it. You're like, well.
But I mean, that's only how many of them heal horror?
It's like
Some.
one, 2.
I think
maybe 2.
I don't know. I'm not gonna go through all of these. Actually, I am. 3 of them. 4. 5. 5 of them.
5. I mean, I think that's not as glaring of an issue as the.
No, it's not. It's like very, very niche. It's realistically probably your fault.
Yeah, because just be crazy for a bit.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Overall, though, I this is still my favorite campaign, and I think the Return did a nice job. But I think it's worthy.
It definitely wasn't the massive reform that Dunwich had.
I think this.
But there also weren't any glaring things to fix, really.
Yeah, I think so. Like they fixed. I think the biggest one was Diana Divine was a huge.
Yeah,
it was a big mistake.
She was kind of a non-issue.
Another thing they did in the Catacombs, which also was a huge fix. We've actually never done this strategy, I think, in any of our playthroughs because we're honest gamers. Where you can take the man in the Pallid Mask out of the Tomb of Shadows and kill him. You cannot do that in the updated version, which I think also. But I don't think we've ever done that strategy.
Well, no, it's because we always have someone who's good at cluing, and we're just like, I'll just engage him and investigate. That's 2 actions. That's way easier than trying to hit him for 2 and like maybe failing.
In addition, there's also he cannot be bursted into one of the corpse dwellers, which I think is also a huge fix. Which I don't think we've ever had.
I don't think he could before anyway.
He could. He's just a humanoid.
Yeah, the text specifically said he is not a humanoid for checking for corpse dweller or corpse burst or whatever they are.
Yeah, it was probably something that I vaguely remember us coming across something like this. Can't be intended.
Yeah, and we were just like, no.
Yeah.
Deny existence.
Yeah. So all in all, what do we think of this one?
I think it's great. I mean, I think the base campaign's so good, and this just makes it tighter.
Would you recommend buying this? Or like,
if you have the entire cycle, yes. If you don't, no.
like I definitely wouldn't get this over other cycles.
Oh yeah, no. I think you should always buy new. I think the returns too are for the gamers who.
What if you had the choice to buy this, or start buying into the Forgotten Age cycle, Travis?
I'd buy this.
I'd probably buy Forgotten Age because it also has player cards.
Yeah, no, I might buy like the
cool.
deluxe Forgotten Age.
Yeah.
But I think I would buy Return to Dunwich over this one though.
I think so too, because Path to Carcosa is pretty good on its own, and you can also just kind of like with the Diana thing, you could just like.
I think the player
rule that.
cards in Return to Dunwich were also a little bit better.
I don't remember them.
From what I remember of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, it also comes in a very sexy box. I love these boxes.
If I'm being honest, I don't buy these for the campaign part. I buy it for the storage box.
Yeah, I need to buy this one.
That's the
Still
part
so
I
good in
want.
the box.
It's got really nice
Yeah,
art.
yeah,
And then
It's
the
just
fucking
gravy.
this is like so yes.
Yeah, it looks nice. But I wouldn't buy this just for a storage box.
I'm very lazy and don't want to build my own dividers.
You don't have to.
But yeah,
I just stick them in a box
I think
with no dividers.
No
I think most of the return twos, if you're looking to buy into Arkham, skip them until like you have played it enough that you're like, I want to go back to it.
Except maybe Dunwich. That one does make that campaign a whole lot better.
But also
Fixes-
people
it
aren't
fixes a lot
less
of
like
the
us,
stuff.
where they've played like Dunwich 7 times. That
Yeah,
it's
like a
Yeah, I
lot.
just think I think it makes a lot of things better. Like less ancient evils and more the one that is like you can play around this.
Mhm.
I like that. I don't like ancient evils.
But I'm looking forward to Return of the Forgotten Age to see if that fixes anything or just adds more cards to the exploration deck. That's all he does. He's like, exploration deck bigger.
You know, if you
I'm
made it so
conflicted
that there
on
was
Return.
like the set of cards in the exploration deck just came in the pile, I wouldn't complain about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't complain if he was
Yeah.
like, at this point in the game, instead of shuffling the locations in, just use the new pile. I'd be like, yeah.
Use only the new pile. Like
I just
done.
want him to not make it so you don't have to play Heart of the Elders Part 1 3 times. That's all I want.
3 times if you're lucky.
Yeah. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Let us know what you guys think of Return to Path of Carcosa if you played it, or if you want to tell us what we smell. Go for that, too. Bye.